The first thing I check is the fence itself, because you want to make sure that it's straight and flat. To do that, I use a good quality straight edge. In this case, it's the Woodpecker's SCR 24. Put it on horizontally and slide it down the length of the fence. In all the checks, we're looking for gaps that develop somewhere in the middle. It'll tell us that there's a warp or twist in the fence. We also do it diagonally and do that both ways, again, over the length of the fence. Next, I use a good quality square to set the fence to exactly 90 degrees. And just pick a spot and adjust the stop to make sure it's set perfectly there. Then we move the square down the fence. Make sure we hold the long leg against the fence itself and watch for any gaps that develop along the bottom. That will tell us if the table is tilted or warped. This is also a good time to check the angle settings of the fence. The most common setting is 45 degrees like this, and it's easiest to check because there's good squares available for it. Again, we'll set the fence, make sure we adjust the stop so it's perfectly at 45 degrees in one spot, and move the square down the fence to make sure. To check the knives to be sure they're absolutely parallel to the table, I use the multi-gauge from One Way. Set it on one end of the knife, zero out the scale, and then carefully slide it along. You can see that's just about perfect. You can also check to make sure the knife is perfectly even with the outfeed table. Zero scale out on the outfeed table, put it on a knife, and it should still be zero. That tells us the knives are perfectly even with the table. To be sure that the tables are coplanar, or on the same plane with each other, you use a pair of framing squares. Put the long leg on the table, the short leg up in the middle, and butt them together. If the tables are coplanar, there will be no gap between the short legs, anywhere from the top to the bottom.